Coming in a very good grid for event 8. This time the lights go green. Oh, and Bill March bouncing and buffeting his way around the course. He's still doing it too. He's still rearing high in the air. He really is biting into the surface and has very little control over the red car number 3, but now he seems to have settled down. Meantime, the Tatnells have flown the coop. Brooke Tatnell leading the way from George Tatnell. Then comes the American driver Ron Schumann, who's holding down 3rd place in the white number 3 car. But the battle between the Tatnells is going to develop up front, with Brooke Tatnell the leader and the current Australian champion George Tatnell chasing out after him as they come down main straight away in the 3rd heat of the Sprint Car Stars. Now George Tatnell getting a little closer to Brooke Tatnell as they powered into turn 1. But George Tatnell coming in on slightly too tight a line, lost a little bit of ground, and Brooke Tatnell was able to kick away. And Brooke Tatnell persisting with about this 2/3 track line at the moment, seems to be getting all the power that he wants, and he's managing to maintain the lead from George Tatnell, and the American driver Ron Schumann is not getting any closer at the moment. It's really a battle of the Tatnells up front, a cloud of smoke at the back of the pack and flames billowing out from underneath the number 53 car of Peter Attard, but he does seem to be all right now as Brooke Tatnell still maintains the lead from George Tatnell. Then Ron Schumann, Phil March and Max Dumsney trying to make up some ground, but it really is a nose-to-tail affair at the moment, and Brooke Tatnell is the youngster who has the race lead and is defying the opposition to running down. Brooke Tatnell in the blue car number 8 has only 2.5 laps, or now only 2 laps to go to take victory in the 3rd heat. George Tatnell has given chase all the way, has not really pulled back any ground and put himself into a strong challenging position on Brooke Tatnell. And with only a lap to go, certainly it's going to be a Tatnell-Quinella, and it does seem as if it's going to be as it was right from the time the green flag dropped. Coming in to take the checkered flag for event 8 is number 8, Brooke Tatnell. Australia 1, George Tatnell is 2nd, USA 3, Ron Schumann is 3rd, South Australia 3, Phil March is 4th, and the 95 car of Max Dumsney was 5th, with Brad Hayward in the 46 in 6th place, and 7th and last place going to the Victorian 26 Brett Lacey.
For all your spares and repairs needs, Checkpoint are the people to go and see. Brakes, clutches, automatic transmissions, the works. One big location, 93 Maitland Road, Mayfield. Phone 683929 or 674411. Just about set. Sprint Cars Heat 4, reverse grid by Blacklaw. We got a good line away too, and Bobby Blacklaw gets the jump over Kev Worthington. Bobby Tunks on the inside and Dave Anderson in that bunch. Randy Kinser looking for a way through the pack. John Walsh just got tipped out back there a bit by Sidney Moore. Well back in the field then was Nipper Lacey, John Shaw and Danny Smith as last. Down round turn 4, they've completed 1 lap. They got 9 to go, and Bobby Blacklaw's the pilot. He gets away now. Bob Tunks into 2nd position, and Bob Tunks is going to go after Blacklaw, and they've scooted away from the others. Getting up into 3rd position is the Victorian Anderson. 4th on the inside of the track now, getting into a bit of trouble in the rough stuff there was Kev Worthington, and right up on his inside Randy Kinser. Sidney Moore was next in the field, followed by John Walsh, Nipper Lacey, Danny Smith 2nd last, and John Shaw was last. They're racing pretty tight in about pairs, you'd say, as they come down and get 7 laps to go. These two out in front have got right away, though, from the 3rd position. That's David Anderson. But all trouble with Bobby Tunks, and he's out of the race, and he's pulled to the infield. He's blown something. This allows race leader Bobby Blacklaw to straight away. He comes down with 6 laps to go, and he's the best part of 80 metres in front of David Anderson. Good battle going on for the minors. Let's check it out. Kev Worthington, Sid Moore right up on the inside. He traps out Kinser out near the fence. John Walsh is next. Kinser goes up on the outside. Sid Moore holds the inside. They're out after the one in front of them at the moment, Kev Worthington. Worthington just hanging on. Oh, Sid Moore got into trouble and he spun off to the infield. Randy Kinser goes after him on the inside, and this allows John Walsh to sneak up. Only about 30 metres cover, 4 of them fighting up for 3rd at the moment. Kev Worthington's holding them off. Steve Kinser going after him though. John Walsh is there too, and dialing once more is Sid Moore. Back in the pack, Nipper Lacey, John Shaw and Danny Smith. Danny Smith's well back in the pack. He hasn't been able to make any inroads on these leaders, and in fact John Shaw's gone past him and Smith is now last. But look at race leader go, Bob Blacklaw. He had a minor duel with Tunks going on early in the race, but Tunks dipped out and this allowed Blacklaw to race away, and he's a quarter of a lap in front, 120 metres you'd reckon. In second position and doing a pretty good job is the Victorian David Anderson. Now Randy Kinser sweeps around Worthington into third position, and a good drive from Kinser, and John Walsh up on the inside. Good racing back in the pack with 2 laps to go. Kinser's got third all on his own. All scrappy stuff there from one on the outside. That was Kev Worthington, and he's done something too. He's blown it, and he's impeded Danny Smith, who's dropped off the track as well. They're coming down with 1 lap to go, and in fact he's got the checkered flag in his sides. Bobby Blacklaw, he comes over to take the checkered flag in car 78 in what is the most impressive performance. Second in the event now will go to the 37 of David Anderson. USA number 2, Randy Kinser, comes in for a good third, followed then by New South Wales John Walsh, followed in by Sid Moore. Well back in the race, Nipper Lacey and John Shaw was the last one to finish, and a good win there to Bob Blacklaw. He had it all on himself, and this is reflected in the time. He probably took it a bit easier in the last couple of laps. 2:26.338.